Bang! I'm stealing people's intros. Just kidding. Welcome back, YouTube. Welcome to another knife review. Today, finally branching out of those clone knives that I was doing reviews for. And I thought, what would be a good knife to start off with for my actual more in-depth reviews? And I could not think of one better suited for that task than the knife that got me into this hobby. The CRKT M series. That consists of the M21s and the M16s. Slightly different shapes. This is the M21-04G, or in better words, or in CRKT's own words, they call this the big dog. And I think that's a little bit funny. I like it. I like their sense of humor. But everyone I've ever met that's purchased this knife themselves has been thrilled. I've never met someone who didn't like this knife. And if you're thinking to yourself, yeah, it looks cool and I like it, but there's just this one thing that I don't like, well, I've got some good news for you. Because this knife has been out for years and years and years and years. In fact, this one's my father's. I bought it for him for his birthday way back, and you can see he's used it. It's well loved, and it's still working just fine. There's nothing broken. It's nice and smooth, no play. But if you're thinking, I'd love that knife if it was in a different color or a different blade shape, or I don't like this secondary lock, well, they've got all of those options. And I tried looking them up so I'd be prepared for this video, but there are just too many. There's too many. I'd be here all day if I tried to explain every model that this knife came in. If you want a different locking system, you got it. Want a different color, you got it. You got a different blade, you got it. Whatever you want. They even make this model in a balisong. The possibilities are endless. And like I said, I've never met anyone who's been unhappy with these knives. They are just phenomenal, and especially for the price. This big dog, there are larger versions with more special features, but this came in, I think, somewhere around $80, if I'm remembering right. The smaller ones start at about $50, $60 and go up from there until you get into the larger knives and then serrations and all that jazz. But gosh, just a phenomenal knife and such a great one to start out my reviews with. A little bit of specs. We got G10 scales, steel liners, liner lock system with a secondary locking feature. We got reversible carry on both the left and the right side. We've got locking pins, so the thumb studs act as lockouts for extra structure and stability. And on top of that, we even have a third locking mechanism. You could put something through there so that the blade can't deploy at all. I even know that this knife has a Kydex sheath that it comes with, that you carry it in like a semi-open position, and you can pull it out, and it will, this has been out for a long time, and people really, really love this knife. Talking on a knife forum on Discord, I got like 20 people to bring out their CRKTs and just have a great time talking about this knife. Everyone loves it. And CRKT in general is just a great brand. They offered such cool designs and really think out of the box with some of their things. And they never overcharge. Never overcharge. A lot of their knives stop at about $100. Some of them can get up $200 or $300, but in fact, the balisong version for this is probably, I think it was $300. And that probably has to do with it being American made. These ones, not American made. They have U.S. patents, Carson design. I believe these are made in Taiwan. I could be completely wrong about that, but just based off the price, I would go ahead and assume that. God, just a phenomenal knife, and I highly encourage you to check out what options there are available, because you might find something that just really, really resonates with you. And I could not recommend this knife any more highly. This was the first knife that got me into higher quality knives and more specialized features like locking lugs and secondary lock systems, the importance of jimping when where it needs to be, and materials like G10 instead of just plastic, reversible pocket clips. I've already mentioned all this before, and this is nothing new to a knife guy, but 10 years ago, this was a big deal. And you could find this, in the particular one that I bought, the first one that I ever bought, I got at a Lowe's. I was shopping for tools like screwdrivers or something, and I found a knife that just, I couldn't leave that store without it. And nowadays they don't make that exact model anymore, and I can't find anyone in particular selling that. That was the 02G with the gray blade, and it didn't have left side carry. A little bit outdated, but still a phenomenal knife and one of the coolest looking knives I've had. Since then, I've had another M21, and I've had several M16s. The M16s are smaller versions, and they're usually exclusively spear point or Tonto. So there's a bunch of different versions out there. Anything that suits your fancy. Not too much left that I can talk about on this knife. Again, if you're interested, just go out and look on CRKT's website, or go and look at the secondary knife dealers and see if there's a model that you're interested in. This is like a staple. This is a staple in my collection and many other people's collection. And I'm just very, very fortunate to still have an example that I can do a short review on and show this off. Because this is such an important knife to me in particular, because this is what got me started, was the CRKT M series. And I really, really love this knife. And in the future, I will be getting another one. You can stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see that. I will be getting another one. I haven't decided which model I want, because they've updated it so many times. And I really want that original version that I had, but it's kind of hard to justify that original one when they have upgrades that they've made that I'm very interested in. So, who knows what I'm going to go with. It's going to be interesting whatever it is. I'm pretty sure I'm willing to get those shark serrations on whatever model I do purchase. I think I'll throw up a picture of the shark serrations right now. They're really unique, and I like them. I like when people do serrations in a different way. I don't like those sharp, pointy serrations that you get on every knife, but sometimes they can have a purpose, and they can be great. I have a Benchmade that has their unique, like, oval serrations, and those work so good for cutting through branches. I mean, never was a serration guy until I sawed a branch off a tree with some. But coming up on 10 minutes, and I think I've said but about 18 million times, and that probably means I'm running out of things to say. I'll leave a link in the description to CRKT's website so that you can go ahead and check these out for yourself. Highly, highly recommendable. Can't recommend it enough. I absolutely love and adore this knife. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like. I would very much appreciate it. It helps me out a lot trying to reach new people and show off my content. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day and see you next time.